Greetings, dear Capricorn. This is Tarot Lumination with your January 2018 season love and relationship report. Okay, so you know the drill, done it before. Uh, Usual routine, watch for your sun, moon, and rising. Squish it all together, reinterpret to suit yourself. Okay, so that it works for you. Okay. Tarot Illumination is not a fortune teller, okay? Cards are already well shuffled in advance, but I'd like to go to the last second so that you're a witness. No jumpers, flyers, oracles, reversals, none of it. Sorry, not enough time. And also, you know, I feel obliged, especially because it's you, Capricorn, to mention this. It's been showing up a lot in the reports here because let's just do it this way. This is a very big deal. This new moon happening here in January for you, Capricorn, okay? Right here. It's right in your face. Big new starts, new ways of being, living, feeling, loving, transforming, all of it. New responsibilities, new growth, a whole new Saturn cycle for you, okay? Like 29.5-year cycle starting right now, especially towards the end of the month. You're going to start to feel the start, okay? And that will affect your love life too, okay? Just putting that on record. I just wanted to get that out there, okay? Of course, that same configuration affects everybody. I don't know if it's going to come up in every reading, but for you, it's very, very important, okay? So please take that into account in the reading, all right? So we are, well, shuffled, okay? Okay, here we go. We're going to cut. And now we're going to pull this out. This is a spread. I like to call it the crucible spread. It's about you, a significant other, and the relationship itself, on the understanding that the relationship is its own entity. Okay? This is a reading for you, Capricorn. It's not a couple's reading. So it's all about you. Okay? This would be your love energy that you're radiating. Okay? This would be the significant other and their love energy. Okay? This would be deep inside of you. Okay? This would be deep inside the other, and this is the core of the relationship itself. Now, I'm hoping you can see the bowl shape here, the crucible. A crucible is a very, very, very tough structure, like a bowl, that can withstand intense pressures, the kind of pressures that happen inside relationships, even to the best of relationships, okay? And in a very loving relationship, both parties are very, very aware of the crucible, and they conduct the whole relationship through the relationship itself and the crucible, and they invest in the crucible rather than just living their life like this, okay? So let's just see, let's have a look, see what's going on. Oh, we're going to look at this first. Under here is circumstantial energy. Let's think of it as weather. And you, Capricorn, like all good persons, are going to make the best of it. Okay, so you have the Page of Wands here. So you might actually be feeling it. You might be feeling the current already happening with this amazing, huge new start for this new chapter in your life. This is a long-term chapter, long-term trajectory with this new energy starting. And there's no going back. And it might be very exciting for you. It might stimulate you and might make you realize, wow, I still have so much to learn. I still have such exciting things to look forward to in life. And that's very encouraging, because if you feel like you know it all and you've lived it all, and life becomes very, very dull. So I see this as very, very good news, very encouraging circumstantial energy, which is almost like your angels saying, oh, Capricorn, are you aware of this? Do you realize how much of a big deal this is? And you're kind of going, yeah, I think I get it. Yeah. So it's like, are we going to do this? And your angels are saying, yes, we're going to do this. Okay, so let's do it. All right. So let's have a look. What's going on? This is just for your life. This is just circumstantial energy. Let's see what happens here in the relationship itself. Okay. Okay, so if in some way or other there are like realizations going on inside of you, like this card can often feel like rejection, loss, having been marginalized, wondering whether you've made the right decisions over the last, let's say, years, several years, many years, to the point where you might feel there are certain fundamental things that are out of whack in your relationship. Okay, not just you, but in your relationship itself, in here. Okay, where you're taking a very, very, let's say, responsible, clear, cold, unambiguous, I don't mean cold in the heartless kind of way, but a very clear, neutral look at yourself, your chosen one, and the relationship itself, wondering, feeling like there is, if there is this sense of rejection and loss and things that are not working, which would make you question and doubt every aspect of yourself, your significant other, and the relationship. And that wouldn't surprise me at all, especially with Saturn moving into Capricorn. Okay, it will affect your love life. It'll affect every aspect of you, because in 3 years from now, you're going to be a different person. Okay, people do change. I mean, there's the core DNA of you, and there's your astrological blueprint, but it's up to you what you do with that. And this is, please see this as a divine opportunity to take things to the next level. In other words, please see this as an exciting new time ahead for you, where it's very, very important to become very aware of what's not working. Okay? So please see this as a blessing, okay? Especially when you look at the Five of Pentacles and you realize so many huge, important things happen in life, especially when it comes to very significant relationships, especially something like marriage or business partner, but specifically your mate here now, Capricorn, where in simple terms, if you're feeling like rejected and lost and left out, or they're feeling rejected and lost and left out from you, either way, it feels like being disenfranchised. And so it puts everything into doubt. And of course, the beauty of it is Saturn. That's what Saturn wants. Saturn wants you to upgrade by figuring out what's not working. It's like taking your whole life up to the next level. It's like going through a very long-term examination process. Slow and steady, figuring out what is not working so that you can, because you got to reveal it to heal it, you know. In order to get things to work, you got to find out what's not working. Okay? So let's have a look at the significant other over here. Okay? Well, obviously their intentions are good too, towards you, towards the relationship, and they might be experiencing like ripple effects, echo effects coming out of you, which would make them question themselves in the context of this relationship too, where they can still see the long-term potential. They can see, you know, a whole new journey unfolding for them, but they are on a path of learning just like you. Okay? So it's almost like both of you, like circumstantial energy is saying to you, dear Capricorn, this is actually a really exciting new opportunity for you going forward. Okay? Even though you might be intimidated by this card, I don't see your loved one being intimidated by it. I see them seeing a chance for new starts as well. And again, by understanding what's not working. So you can deconstruct relationships, you know. Sometimes it's a really good idea to do that, where you have a powwow. You have like a kitchen table meeting. You say, honey, I love you so much. I know you love me so much. But we seriously got to do some homework here, okay? We've neglected things for so long about this and that, whatever. And then eventually they kind of go, you know what, you're right. That's the loving, most responsible thing to do. And we're not going to blame each other for whatever is not working here. We're going to look at it. It's an investment, okay? It's like a continued investment. And we're going to make this fun, okay? It's like, you know, a loving couple who continues to invest and grow the relationship, even when times are hard. In fact, that's when they invest harder. That's when they work harder. Like, what's that expression? The weak, the mighty, I can't remember, but when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Okay? Now, some people, when the going gets tough, they run away. Okay? I see just the opposite happening here. Okay? So deep inside of you, Capricorn, what's going on? Okay? Well, looking ahead. Okay, that's very good. I see that is very good way of handling the situation. So it's like making the best of a very challenging situation, realizing that it really is for the best to put everything on the table. Let's lay it all out, my dearest, my sweetheart. I am the Capricorn. I'm calling it out. I'm saying it's a time for a complete recalibration, reboot, to tap into what are we going to do now? Because this is you anticipating and looking forward, very much in alignment with realizing there's a lot to look forward to in terms of anticipation. You're feeling it, but it's also the realization of what's not working and identifying that so that that doesn't become a hindrance. It becomes the challenge, what needs to be endured so that the relationship can grow stronger. And that would be a desired goal and ambition. But of course, we're talking about very, very early days here because of this Capricorn new moon is at the very, very, very opening days of this 3-year cycle. This is not a 3-year love reading, but I'm just saying it. The door happens to open in the middle of January for you, Capricorn, to a whole new life, a whole new world ahead. 6 planets or whatever it is, all piled up there on that new moon. It's a big deal. So it looks to me like you're already in a very astute, very thoughtful, conscientious, down-to-earth way. You are aligning yourself for that in advance because you sense it, you feel it, you know it's out there. The weather is indicating it, and you're going with it. You're going to make the best of it, and you see that as basically opportunity, for a new start. Bringing your loved one with you. Even though you might be both kind of going like literally like the couple in here, like, honey, I don't know if this is going to work. And the other one says, well, it's got to work, honey. It's got to. And the other one goes like, I don't know. We've been through so much already. And the other one says, I know, but this is how it works. We sign a contract, it's us. This is us. And we have to accept that if we're having a rough time, we're having a rough time. We don't pretend this is not happening. We deal with it face on. And they kind of go, yeah, you're right. I know it. I love you. Thank you. Let's do it. Okay. So how are we going to do this? A kitchen table meeting? Yes, honey. We're going to lay it all out. Why don't you love me anymore? Whatever it is, just do it in a very orderly, business-like manner. Deep inside of them. Okay. Well, that might be an actual kind of a turn on. I don't know if you've ever had that experience in a relationship where when you're with your loved one and both of you know you're facing deep challenges and you've endured so much together, you've had the good times, you've had the bad times, and you're at a point of critical mass in your relationship and you're facing a bold new future that has very little mapped out except from the things that you've already mapped out and planned already in your life that are already in flow and manifesting. And then I'm going to talk about your other one. When your other over here feels that coming from you, that's actually an act of love, okay? When you, Capricorn, make a deliberate decision to focus on what's not working in order to figure out what needs to be done so that things can work, that is an act of love. And that is a huge turn on because it's a very practical application of love. Love is as love does, okay? In other words, it's not just two people along for a ride trying to get the most out of each other, and if things get rough, I'm gone. It's not that at all. It's just the opposite. That's what I'm feeling here. And that can be such a turn on deep inside of them where it turns into this warm glow where they actually want to celebrate that process. In other words, they might have been thinking to themselves, honey, I'm so glad you called it out because I was feeling all of this too. I just didn't have the courage to talk about it. And then you say, well, someone had to do it, and well, that was up to me. Okay, and that's actually a very deeply loving relationship building gesture because it brings both of you to the center of the table, puts everybody at the center of the table with all the cards on the table. Ha ha ha. I just told a joke. Ha 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 ha. All the cards on the table. Look. Ha ha ha. So puts everything out on the table, and then you can rejoice, you can celebrate. You can roll your sleeves up and say, okay, honey, I want you to write, okay, honey, I want you to write a list of what's not working for you. And they kind of go, are you sure you really want to know? And you go, yes, we need to know. And then they say, okay, well, I'm going to do that. You might not like it. And then you're going to say, well, guess what? I'm going to do the same to you. I want you, I want you to give me a list of everything that's not working for you from me. And then they kind of go, oh, really? I get a chance to tell you all that stuff? Woo! That's so cool. I love you. I love you. So I see that as very, very cool, to the point where you'd want to celebrate, like, pop open a bottle of something and turn what could feel initially like a real challenge, turn it into an enterprise. Like, how are we going to like roll our sleeves up and make this relationship better than before? Well, you do it by figuring out what's not working. Go from there. What about the relationship itself? Oh, Capricorn, I'm so happy for you. It looks like a real opportunity. This is sacred opportunity with the aces, and this would not be here unless you guys deserved it. So I have no idea what's going on in your relationship as a couple, marriage, or whatever you're, starting out in life or in retirement or whatever it is. But at the core is deep, deep love, and I feel it is reciprocal, and it's a chance to open the gates for more love to flow than ever before. But it might be happening in very new ways that neither party could have anticipated, to the point where it's almost like it gives you the giggles, it gives you the shivers in the other one over here, like, oh my God, this is so cool. Like, I thought you were going to dump me. I thought it was all over. And you're saying like, well, I thought you were going to dump me because it's been so tough sometimes, and you were going to leave me. Oh, well, I didn't leave you. Well, I haven't left you either. And that's like, wow, that's so cool. Wow. So we really do love each other. Yes. Wow. Okay. So that's very beautiful. And to have that here, wow. I'm so envious of you, Capricorn. That's beautiful, because you can put that in the bank. Okay. And it's fun. It's exciting. It stimulates the passions. Okay. Bringing love down to earth, bringing the healing power of love down to earth is an amazing thing. If you can do that, Capricorn, that's a big turn on. I'm sorry, I'm just getting turned on by the whole concept of what's happening here. What about the momentum here? Okay. It is worth it. It is totally worth it. My feeling here with the Queen of Pentacles here is that it's like the more you invest in the relationship and each other, even with all the challenges, even with the feeling that things were on the brink of completely falling apart, and you start from scratch again, and you turn it into like a love fest, a love party. It's just like, when you see those couples who've been through everything, hell and back again, and then they love each other more than ever before. That's the energy I'm feeling here, where you realize, my gosh, it really is all about investing. It is all about working through the relationship. Like, what can I do for you? Tell me exactly what I can do. Do you need me to help you with the laundry, take out the trash, help with the finances? And you kind of go, yeah, anything right now would help. Thank you. Seriously. And it's like, well, I do that because I love you. Well, I do it because I love you, but I know we've got problems, but we'll figure it out. And it's a communal joint thing, and it's beautiful. And what happens is you're investing and building for a richer future, okay, in some way, form, or other, however that works out. I'm not going to tell you that you're going to be living in roses and champagne for the rest of your life. What I'm feeling here is that, even if it's like a worst case scenario that happens in a love relationship, it's still for the best. Okay? It's still the most loving thing to do, because it just builds more love going down the road. Love, this is like love in action, like tangible evidence of love, love that you can put in the bank. This is love of people who are there for each other through thick and thin, to the point where, like, wow, it's almost like, love breeds love. Okay? So literally, be loving, be loved. Be loving, be loved. You are loving, you are loved. You are loving, you are loved. It actually works. It's a formula. And then you can take that into the future. Think of this as a very long-term journey here. Okay? investing in the future by figuring out what doesn't work, deconstructing everything, and then reforming everything and starting from scratch, because it's fun, it's exciting. Okay, it's like doing a complete remodel on a beautiful old house that you own together. Okay, something like that. So I hope you get, something out of this reading and make the best of it. Reinterpret however you want. I know you guys do that. There's a lot of this is just good news to me. It's like, I don't want to spoil it by saying anything more. I'm going to stop now and keep it short and sweet. Okay. Thank you, Capricorn. All the best. Please make the best of this. All right. It's a pleasure to do this for you. Bye bye.